I did not beat Fallout 4 as Andre the Giant. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Thanks to the Champion tier supporters as well as other channel members for helping make videos like this one possible. Join the Mitten Squad Discord server through a link in the video description. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day.
We are going to. That's right. Try and keep it rad. Stop a certain. And yeah, I was to the future.
This video was created by Violent Puma of Violent Puma Gaming. Warning, vulgarity awaits. What's going on, guys? This is Violent Puma, and holy shit,
I have been
fucking up lately. That Doom video I just made, damn, that video did shit. Man, I don't know, guys. Something must be happening to me. I mean, am I, dare I say, losing relevance in the YouTube space? Yeah, you know what? Fuck that. This is a reclamation. The best has yet to come. So for those of you that don't know, the SentryBot Automatron / robot companion from Fallout 4 sucks ass. And I must say, it is a goddamn shame. You know what happened the first time I saw a SentryBot in Fallout 4? Guys, I literally shit my pants in fear. So when I heard that you could have a SentryBot companion in Fallout 4 officially without mods, hey guys, I was ecstatic. I knew right there, right then, that Automatron would be a badass DLC for Fallout 4. And I think for the most part, that's generally true. Melee robots that have like bleed damage specced into them are like incredibly powerful and can like run their two-shot and hit the death claws from survival mode. It's cool. However, then I made a SentryBot Automatron. And let's just be real, guys. What a boatload. I'm sorry.
I suppose that's something worth building.
SentryBot robot parts, with the exception of the headpiece and the arm pieces, are awful. And as Angry Joe has said in the past, they done fucked it up. So let's get this shit started, and we'll start with why the torso is a piece of shit. Alright, so I know that in the lore of the Fallout universe, SentryBots actually overheat. It sucks, but it is a reality, and it is a flaw in their design. At the same time, though, I feel like my Automatron with a SentryBot torso seems to constantly overheat and constantly cool down at the worst possible time. Both during
sanctuary revival
project
is really
and let's just be honest here, is the additional boost to health really worth the risk that your sentry will randomly cool down during battle? I mean, seriously, the RoboBrain torso for Automatron has only like 50 to 70 less output than the sentry torso and never overheats. Period. Yeah, I could hear some of you saying that the standard left and right shoulder rockets are pretty good. You know, aren't they, Puma? No, they are most certainly not. The insanely low damage makes them virtually ass clencher worthy. They're decent up against lower level enemies like blowflies and shit, but are virtually useless up against higher level enemies. That's even if the damn SentryBot can hit anything it's trying to shoot with these left and right shoulder rockets. The fact is that the shoulder rockets are worthless at low to point-blank range. I mean, if you have to melee with the sentry torso and you've got your shoulder rockets, you are fucked. And while the Fat Man shoulder rockets are better, admittedly, they can break since they're an unstable piece of gear.
Huh?
Therefore, they are unreliable in most circumstances. Oh, but don't worry, it gets much worse. Much, much worse. Because along with the SentryBot torso, you get the SentryBot legs. The biggest problem with these is that the movement speed is horrid. Oh, and I also forgot, SentryBot legs are only useful in large open spaces with flat land thanks to their large size. Hell, even the description for the SentryBot legs say that the leg pieces impede movement in tight spaces. So yeah, maybe you get better carry weight, but the fact that you can't even use this piece in indoor areas or dungeons is stupid. Especially since a significant portion of Fallout 4 takes place inside. Well, obviously you're sitting at your computer screen, but what I'm talking about is the many indoor areas in the game.
Yes.
And they're like sewers, dungeons,
Seems to
and
be
even
growing
just
well.
various buildings that you happen to be in. Maybe it's just me, but the Sentry Legs also have a hard time dealing with rough terrain outdoors as well. I feel like every time I look back to check whether my Sentry Bot is following me or not, it's gotten stuck in on some random object, whether it be like rocks, hills, or whatever the hell else is in the way.
Ain't
Sentry
looking for
Legs
trouble,
can't
I
even
hope.
get through doorways either, unlike almost
So, you know.
every other robot leg type available to the player within the Automatron DLC/update. Even the Robo-Brain treads can't get through doors, and Robo-Brains
I'm starting to think we're finally safe from those damn raiders.
So, in summary, while it may look cool and, like, deadly, and it was admittedly hyped up in some of the trailers, screw Sentry Bots. If you ever get the chance to build one,
Raiders thought we were
self-destruct
easy
this
pickings.
power quote.
We showed
Anyway,
the
guys,
difference.
that's going to pretty much wrap up this
Hi, how
particular
are you?
video. Keep in mind, this is a bit of a satirical video that I wanted to do, but this does kind of talk about some of my concerns for some of the Sentry Bot robot parts that got added with the new Automatron DLC that came out a couple weeks back. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. Take care, and I'll see y'all next time.
We taught those raiders.
Taught those raiders a
We'll teach
lesson.
them again.
Yeah. You guys are the bomb. You're completely the bomb. Got a lot of views, so take look the hype is. Right, need to drop it over.
Yes.
Out here, you gotta
November of 2015 was an important month in my life. My birthday is in November, and that year I turned 30, which is too old to pretend you're not an adult anymore. It was also my first birthday since becoming a father, and it was the month that Fallout 4 came out. Happy birthday! That last one doesn't seem like it belongs, does it? Turning 30, birth of your child, Fallout 4. I know it doesn't match with these other monolithic milestones in life, but it was still a very important event for me. Because Fallout 4 was the game that I decided to take this YouTube channel seriously, and to do the job. So despite this game being the least important of those three things, it's all I really remember about November 2015. All I did was play Fallout 4 that month. I vaguely remember a birthday cake, my son had some icing when he really shouldn't have, and I know I got some sleep at some point, but those are all flashes among a huge blur of the Commonwealth, Diamond City, Piper and Nick, and those infectious songs on the in-game radio. I don't remember making the video. I remember writing the script and recording it, but the video part, not even a little bit of it, which is unsettlingly common when I look back at other stuff I've made for the channel. When I watch that Fallout 4 analysis today, I can view it like someone else made it, and considering how quickly I got it done after the game's release, I'm happy with it. Mostly. Parts of it are a little rushed, and I've learned a lot since then, but that's a really good thing. A year is a long time. I've changed, the channel has changed, and Fallout 4 has changed as well, and I think returning to the game is long overdue. This video will naturally include major spoilers, so we'll also build on a lot of what I said in my first video. If you played the game, then you don't have to watch it to understand this video.
Right, here we go.
For that first video, I played Fallout 4 for 100
I am
hours.
Lord
The game was
in charge!
6 DLC packs. 4 of these were mostly about expanding the settlement building side of the game. The other 2 were more traditional add-ons, more in line with the DLC given to Fallout 3 in New Vegas. They added new areas, new characters, and new stories to find and complete. Playing the game again and all of these additions more than doubled my playtime. Today I've spent more than 250 hours playing Fallout 4, and after all of that time I have a confession to make, one that, if you watched my previous video, may surprise you. I like Fallout 4. There's some gas left in the tank on this one. If you put a gun to my head and told me to play another 50 hours of No Man's Sky or Darkest Dungeon, then I might risk losing an eye. If it was Fallout 4, I'd be okay spending more time stomping around the Commonwealth. Realizing this about the game hasn't been easy for me to rationalize. It's also come with a reevaluation on how I feel about Bethesda, because a year ago my inclination was that Todd Howard and his merry band of merry men were only in it for the money. There's a meme on 4chan that has Todd Howard, often in an assortment of disguises, showing up and demanding that people buy and or pre-order Bethesda's latest game. And he gets increasingly more irate as posters reply saying they pirated it or that they thought the game was bad. Because that's the impression I think a lot of people have gotten since Fallout 3
or just ask directions to Diamond City,
which is an image that the lead designer hasn't really helped the fight.
Just looking for love, sweetheart.
Boy, have you come to the wrong place. My loving days have long since passed. But I'll tell you what, Wise Ass, you made an old girl smile, and that ain't easy. You want to do some trading? I'll give you a discount.
Because it's equally
I'll take a
awkward
look,
to
sure.
judge which
We got a
reality
little
is
bit of
worse,
everything.
that the terrible parts of Fallout 4 exist because Bethesda doesn't care, or is this honestly the best they can do, and they just failed to live up to expectations? After 250 hours, I can say that Fallout 4 feels like a game born of conflicted priorities. There's the open-world shooter game, and then there's the RPG, and maybe, initially, these two were meant to be well integrated. As time went on, a divide formed and split them down the middle. As even more development time passed, one side grew and pushed the other away. And I'm left wondering if the game's title and the expectations that came with it are the worst parts about it, because this would be a much better game if it wasn't Fallout. I returned to Fallout 4 with one of my old characters in order to do the big DLC packs, Far Harbor and Nuka World. Then I restarted with a fresh guide, Vault Tech Salesman, Bomb Shop, Dead Wife, Kidnap Baby, We Still Have the Backup, and decided to ignore all of it. I left Kellogg in his box, I left the kidnapping, and started wandering the Commonwealth with the radio on full volume. I saw another side of the game by doing this, one that I had caught glimpses of in 2015, but didn't fully understand until this recent playthrough. The way I see it, there's a cycle to gameplay in Fallout 4. One that must be deliberate in my opinion because it feels like the game is constantly pushing you toward it. Even when you pull on your knee-high boots and wade into the shit on the RPG side of the line, the game shows you back. Go kill this, go fetch that, another settlement needs our help. Bad word from a settlement asking for help. The cycle goes like this: exploration, combat, gathering. In more detail, you explore the world and discover a noteworthy area. These places are almost always marked on your compass when you're nearby to act as a guide to find them. They then fill in your map when you get close enough and are introduced to the discovery title on the screen.
Or some useless junk right now that generate some caps.
More often than not, there's something to fight in these locations or in the surrounding area that leads to them, however many enemies there might be. You loot the location and the bodies of your opponents, gather resources for yourself, ammunition, and stim packs that make even upgrades to your equipment, and scavenge supplies for your settlement. It's also common to find some sort of story in the environment, whether that's a subtle placement of objects and corpses, or something told a little more directly with audio logs, journals, or computer terminals. Now my guess is that right now people watching this are going to be in two groups. They're going to be thinking, in reaction to what I just said, one of the following. There's so much more to the game than that, Joe. What the hell are you talking about? Or, this is really simple. Of course this is the core of the game. Why are you wasting my time? In short, both of these reactions are correct, but sometimes you can learn quite a lot about something by boiling it down to simple terms. And I have to wonder if there really is so much more to Fallout 4, that this central, three-phase cycle is shrouded in the view of some people. You have story, character progress in levels, perks, skill books, and bobbleheads. There's quests and the dialogue system that comes along with it, which links to characters, companions, interactions with them, the settlement system, building and maintaining it, social perks that unlock options outside of combat is another avenue of progression, weapon crafting, legendary enemies, upgrading armor, and even more of this stuff added in the DLC that layer over these three points. But this is just one way of looking at it. It also happens to be how I looked at the game when I first played it. Today I see all of these things as like the surface of a wheel. The three phases at the heart of the game are what keeps it all connected. You can't do anything in Fallout 4 without going out to explore, finding things to kill, and then acquiring resources after claiming these areas. You spin through each phase, able to feed into the other parts of the game as you do. I view this as Fallout 4's greatest strength and its most glaring flaw. It's a weakness that could have been avoided if the game had been in a different series. It had been called anything except Fallout. I know that sounds so stupid and simple, like I'm saying if the game had been called Boston After Trump with no other changes, then it would miraculously become a masterpiece. I'm not saying that. The name change is a bit more complex because it's not just player expectations that you have to weigh here, it's also the obligation the developers carry from the developer expectations along with the player ones. Here's where I get into murky territory. Surprisingly, I'm not a mind reader. I'll also be the first to admit that I know very little about the development process. If I did, what information I do know is very different. When I've spoken about the developer intentions and the like in previous videos, I don't think I've been as clear as I could have been in saying that it's all just guesswork on my part. It's informed guesswork by studying the finished product and lots of other games, but this is all so complicated that what looks like an intentional feature may just be a failed attempt at something else. Or the idea of Bethesda's bug from the previous Fallout 4 video to explain that a function in the game might not be missing, it might just not be working properly. Despite saying that, I feel confident that the split I showed earlier in the video is accurate. No matter where this divide was at the start of development, by the end, Fallout 4 was meant to be an open-world, exploration-based shooter with the RPG stuff stuck on like someone tried gluing feathers back onto the chicken they just plucked. The three main ways I can support that are quests and those three damn phases again, stories and the writer behind Fallout 4, and finally, the dialogue system. Let's take these on in order. This first one is the strongest piece of evidence that reveals the developer's intentions, because like I said, going through these phases is fun. It's good, it's not incredible or great, but it is an enjoyable part of the game. Many of the places are interesting, the shooting is fairly standard, and searching for loot and valuable items is strangely appealing, especially if you're hoarding them all for crafting. I'll speak more about this later, but for now I just want to make it clear that not only do I think that this is the foundation of the game, but I also think it's pretty good. Unfortunately, Bethesda feels far more strongly than I do because they try to get you into this cycle at every opportunity. After this most recent playthrough, I have completed almost every side quest in Fallout 4. I've also visited almost every area. I want to say that I've done everything, but it's possible I might have missed something somewhere, so let's just be safe and say I've done 95% of the game. Out of all of that, I can say that the overwhelming majority of the quests, or even simple tasks given to the player, involve exploring the world from the location, with a bunch of enemies at that location, and then finding something or someone there afterward. Time and time again, with so few exceptions that it's difficult to even think of any, this is what the game has you do. Here's a quest, go here on your map, kill a bunch of stuff, bring something back to me. It's a very World of Warcraft way of laying things out. There are NPC hubs in the Commonwealth and they're seemingly bursting with stuff for you to do. The game has Radiant quests here as well as scripted ones. For those unfamiliar, Radiant quests are continually generated by spawning enemies and an objective at some location in the world. so that there are effectively unlimited quests for you to do. It's the reason why characters who hand these out are vague on details. These voiced instructions can't be generated like a note or a quest marker telling you what to do. You can see this when a quest giver says something like, "A settlement needs our help," instead of telling you what the problem is ahead of time. My guess is that some people at Bethesda are really proud of how these Radiant quests can sometimes appear like regular ones, that many players might not even notice that they're doing artificially generated content, when in reality I think this is viewing it backwards. It's that the actual scripted quests are so dull and samey that it's that they appear like Radiant ones, not the other way around.
What a task I think.
Quests for you to do in Fallout 4, but because they all involve returning to the core cycle, they all feel the same. It's quantity over quality, which brings us to the second point, stories, and that Fallout 4 has no writers. And I'm not being literal there, of course the game has some writers, but you'll see what I mean. This video clip I showed earlier is from a talk given by Emil Pagliarulo, the designer and writer on Fallout 4. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not going to speak about much of what he says in this presentation, because I already spent most of another video going through the problems of the story. I do want to say that, though, to his credit, writing for a video game must be dreadfully difficult. As he says in this talk, you can spend so much time writing wonderful stories and then have to watch as players tear out the pages and make paper airplanes instead of reading them. We'll be looking primarily at the side quests for now, and the issue I have with them is directly linked with that analogy he uses.
Is that you?
Like the disguise?
That in the face
it's
of this reality,
camo.
Unpredictable
this
players,
is my pile of garbage, asshole. Back off. Good, right? You're lucky I didn't do one of my face swaps, too.
It's tied right in
you
with
can
quantity
change your
over
face.
quality.
I put myself under the knife every year or two. New face, new body, you know, the full makeover. It keeps their enemies guessing.
Basically, for a while I've been wondering
I
if
almost
there's
didn't
any
recognize
actual
you.
writers
That's
that
the
come up
point.
with most of these quests.
So, about the job.
Instead,
The railroad's only recently been using the old North Church. Our old base was underneath the Slocum's Joe. We had a pretty sweet setup until the Institute
They write a
found
quick
us.
summary of that idea on a piece of paper and drop it into a box somewhere at the office. After a week or so, the guys that make the quests, hopefully guided by Pagliarulo, put all these slips of paper into a hat and choose them at random to read out loud. If they like the idea, then it goes into the game. If
Your
they don't,
base
then it
was
gets
under a
discarded.
donut shop?
It's a lot better than it sounds. Well, it was, until it was blown to hell.
What happened?
Our HQ was strong, defensible.
That
Heck,
sounds
we
absolutely
thought it was
crazy,
secure.
but bear with me here.
Inside a
Under this
minute,
brief for a second.
the
There's a law
Institute
that supports
troopers
this in
breached the
game,
doors and turned it into a
so
shooting
many
gallery.
quests can be
The
summarized like
survivors
they were
didn't
written
have
on
time to
extra
grab
paper.
anything. So we're getting something important we had to leave behind.
You help repair a Chinese submarine so it can sail away. There's a
What
cruel
exactly
hidden
are we
message.
looking for?
There's a
I'll tell you
robot
when we
that
get
comes
inside.
here.
I know that's a bum deal, but strategic ignorance has saved our organization more times than I can count. We got a tourist nearby. He or she has information on the base, so let's pump him for information before we dive in. For now, I'll take point.
Well, the proof that backs this up is that these quests, and almost every single other quest in the game, has no more
If you
depth
like
to it
that, we
other
got
than this
signs
surface
and
level description.
countersigns,
There
dead
are
drops,
rarely
even a
ever
secret
any
handshake.
decisions or ways to interact with these stories. But even if you excuse that,
Anyway,
you still
the
can't ignore
tourist
that there's
should have a
nothing new
trail
to these
left for
quests.
us.
Like, look at those examples fleshed out. You fight your way to the top of the tower to save the
Rail
actor.
sign.
You then
The
ride
arrow
down
in the
to save
center
the end.
indicates a direction. So our
You
tourist
do
is up
best
ahead.
quests and
Let's
the
keep
parts
going.
required to fix the submarine and clear out the tools for the captain. That's it. You can speak it in a bit and ask some questions that don't really go anywhere. You also have the joke option to blow up the submarine along with you inside of it, which kills you and forces the reload. But there's nothing else. No involved story about how or why the captain has never left the submarine in 200 years or how it survived this long. No up.
Okay, so. Real sign.
Got another rail sign. Right there. probably close.
Something's ghosting us. It's easy.
See the plus in the center? That means there's an ally nearby. Our tourist. You take point on the conversation. Look, no matter what he says, you just say, mine is... Trust me.
Thank God. You have a Geiger counter? You have a goddamn Geiger counter?
Mine is in the shop.
Who the hell is he? HQ said they were sending one agent, not two.
Sorry, I'm new. He's just shown me the ropes.
All right. The wall is my witness. I thought I was dead. It's about goddamn time you headquarters bastards got here.
Tell me what's going on.
I signed on for some light recon, but that little Slocum's Joe of yours is crawling with goddamn chrome dome synth sons of bitches. The front's fortified to hell and back. They place mines all over the goddamn place.
They have a minefield?
Yeah, the mother of all minefields. I couldn't draw you a map if I tried.
What do you mean by chrome dome synths?
You know, them early model synths. Looks like metal wrapped over mechanical innards. You see them here and there doing who knows what for the Institute.
I appreciate all you've done.
I hope it helps. I really do. As soon as it's safe, I'm getting the hell out of here. So if you need anything else, better ask soon.
Hey, Ricky.
You need something else?
You scavenge anything that can help us? We're risking our lives out there.
Oh, hell. I suppose I could spare a few things. I don't want your deaths on my conscience.
We're assaulting the base. Once we strike, use your rifle to pick off anyone you can see. A lot of lives are depending on us.
You silver-tongued son of a bitch. All right, I'll take a couple shots. But if I see any of them coming for me, I'm running for the hills. We're done.
Military issue.
Look alive.
Now you're gonna be sharing that with both of us, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, isn't Ricky just a ray of sunshine? You think he's telling the truth?
Speaking of truth, why did you lie to Ricky?
My job in the railroad is intel. That job's easier if no one knows who I am. So, I lied. I do that. So you handled the talky talk, and I got to watch from the sidelines. Go team us.
Why would Ricky lie?
People always got reasons to lie. The Institute could have turned him. Or, more likely, he's just seriously pissed off at us. Take your pick.
He doesn't strike me as the dishonest type.
Yeah, that's my read, too. First rule in this business is never go against your gut. So, if we take him at his word, The front door has mines, synths, and probably other fun and exciting prizes. So, we're going in through the escape tunnel.
The donut shop has an escape tunnel?
What? Doesn't everyone have an escape tunnel? Seriously, though? Thank God for that tunnel. If it weren't for that, there wouldn't be any railroad left.
Let's move out.
You lead us there, pal. I got you covered.
Look alive.
Why bother with that? You open it. A museum or something.
Used to. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, Carla.
Need to pick something up? Road's pretty long from here.
I'll take a look, sure.
Always happy to make a sale.
What is it? Need something? I suppose that's something worth building. Whatever it is. Sure, sure. Just keep your shirt on.
through.
Come on, you're wasting your time in that thing.
And then Theodore? Do? Do?
I had to hear both ears.
No.
Never mind.
Speak up.
Mama Murphy.
You need the sight? It's telling me Mentats will give us the right high for another insight into your destiny.
So it's Mentats this time?
They're good. More of a chem for scientists and tech types. But who's to say old Mama Murphy ain't a closet genius?
This video was created by Violent Puma of Violent Puma Gaming. What's going on, guys? This is Violent Puma, and I must say that Melee and Fallout 4
I'll be
awesome.
waiting.
I don't know if it's just the power armor or what, but the first time I got Grognak's axe
Got a second.
and mauled some
I got something I want to say to you.
was probably one of my most memorable moments with the game so far. The question, though, is what's the best
Of course,
melee
what's on your mind?
Appreciate it. We've been on the road together for a while, and we've taken some hard knocks. But through all that crap, I notice you've always been sticking by me. You know, watching me back and making sure I don't do anything stupid. I think maybe it's time to tell you a little bit about who you're traveling with. There's no reason for us to keep acting like we're strangers.
Regular amount of damage that a regular revolutionary sword would deal.
I appreciate your trust.
Well, you're the first to earn it. It all starts with two wastes of humanity. I suppose you could call me parents. I'm convinced I was a mistake, because I can't remember a single moment that they treated me like their daughter. I was yelled at and beaten. Everything I did was wrong. Nothing but a nuisance in their eyes. The whole time I was telling myself that they had to love me, even if it was just the tiniest bit, because they never kicked me out. Then me 18th birthday arrived, and I found out why they kept me around. They slapped a shock collar around me neck and sold me to slavers. They didn't even care enough about me to say goodbye. 18 years of suffering through that shite, and all I was worth to them was a pocket full of caps.
You can deal additional energy damage as well. General Chow's special effect is that it deals
I'm so sorry.
damage to
Thanks.
robots,
But there's more to the story. It would be easy to blame me charm and personality on me parents, but they didn't make me this way. I did. I was with those slavers for 5 years. Roughest 5 of me goddamn life. The things they made me do. The way they use me for their amusement. It sickens me to me stomach even thinking about it. But I bided me time and learned to use their own methods against them. Stealing a few caps out of a sleeping man's pocket is a piece of cake, as long as you don't get greedy.
Early on in your playthrough, Hunmo Conan in Diamond City. It's also much easier to get than the 20.
I can't even imagine having to go through something like that.
You think that's low? Just wait. The story gets much worse. It took every ounce of patience I had. But after 5 years, I had finally pocketed enough to buy me own way out of there. But instead of heading off to try and repair the shambles of me life, I gave in to me rage and I headed home. You can imagine the look on me parents' faces when I kicked open their door. What you can't imagine is what they looked like after I emptied me gun into them.
Kramba's tooth, machete. What makes this weapon so
Sounds like
great is that
justice to me.
Was it justice? Or was it murder? When I close me eyes, all I can see is their faces twisted with fear. And then my mind starts wandering and I start judging myself. And it's ripping me the fuck apart. You think I inject myself with all that shite and drink myself drunk because I'm a tough Irish girl? I do it so I can forget and move on with my miserable life. So there you are. The entire flawed package known as Kate, stripped bare for your perusal.
I recommend you exit your power armor before entering the pool, as you're gonna get stuck.
I'm proud of you.
I knew I was taking a chance telling you all this, but I never expected you to say you were proud of me. I think I needed to hear that from you. Thank you.
It makes up for with its speed and bleed damage that appears to stack. This is
I'm
an
always here for
excellent
you,
weapon
Kate.
for bats, as you'll
There's
want
nothing you can
various
say that would ever
elements
change
of
that.
both
Oh,
before your eyes. Pikmin's blade
that's
also comes
not what I
stock,
expected you
fully
to say.
upgraded
Sorry.
with the stealth
I didn't
blade
realize you
option,
cared
which
that much
also
about me.
allows for additional
And
sneak
here I
attack
thought I
damage.
was being
That
stupid,
overview
bothering you
has
with me
the fact that
problems.
standard
It feels
combat
good to
weapon
know if I
with an
need you,
amazing
you'll be
sneak
there for
attack
me.
button as well.
And I'll always be there for you, too.
I told you Sanctuary would grow. The sight never lies.
You can obtain Pikmin's blade at Pikmin's gallery. I recommend you save Pikmin from the Raider onslaught, as he will provide you with the key to obtaining this weapon as a reward. Anyway guys, I think that's going to pretty much wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. As always, take care, and I'll see y'all next time.
Fresh baked today. Crisp veggie. With premium steak.
Hey.
Got some mentats for me? See where the sight takes us this time?
This video was
Ah, that's it. I can feel the sight opening up. You're looking for a man. He can help you. But he ain't gonna be the man you expect. He's somewhere deep and dark, surrounded by folks with nothing but cruel intentions. But there's an echo, something in the past that can help you. When you meet the fat man and the angry woman, tell them to remember the quarry and Lily June on the rocks, and they'll let you and your friend pass. Don't mind me, kid. The chems are just acting up again.
And not upgraded. The Sledgehammer clocks in at a damage to weight ratio of 2.67 when both fully upgraded and stock. While the Sledgehammer isn't bad per se, it does have a lower damage to weight ratio than the Super Sledge with a stun pack and a fully upgraded aluminum baseball bat with
Heads
saw
up.
blades attached. You could argue that the Super Sledge and baseball bat are cheating, as the Super Sledge doesn't gain weight when you upgrade it, and the baseball bat was pretty light to begin with. If you don't have access to the Super Sledge yet and want something that hits a bit harder than a baseball bat, the Sledgehammer isn't a bad choice. However, if you are concerned about your weapon's weight, you might want an alternative. Number 7, the 38 Type Revolver Pistol and Rifle. Both of the 38 Type Revolver variants have horrible damage to weight ratios. The pistol version has a damage to weight ratio of 2.2, while the rifle version has a damage to weight ratio of 1.3. Keep in mind as well that the 38 Type Revolver deals less damage than a fully upgraded Type Pistol or Rifle, which deals 19 damage per shot, as opposed to the 38 Type Revolver dealing 18 damage per shot. Without a doubt, the Pipe Revolver is a full motivator. Number 6, the Ripper. If you think about it a little bit, this one isn't a huge surprise. The Ripper clocks in at a damage to weight ratio of 1.5 when fully upgraded. While the Ripper doesn't make a particularly great stealth weapon, it is arguably one of, if not the best melee weapons available to the player in Fallout 4. This is because while the initial damage is low,
You can fix just about anything. Guns, computers,
which can yield devastating results. If you're able to obtain a wounding Ripper, which is a Ripper with the wounding legendary weapon effect, you've probably got your hands on the best melee weapon available in Fallout 4. Number 5, the Automatic Assault Rifle. The Automatic Assault Rifle clocks in at a damage to weight ratio of 1.46. Like the Ripper, I would argue that this isn't a bad weapon at all. While the Automatic Assault Rifle isn't one of the strongest automatic weapons available to the player, it is still a lot better than having either a submachine gun, automatic 10mm pistol, or an automatic pipe pistol or rifle. Of course, you could also argue at the same time that 556 ammo is quite expensive. Assault rifles start to clear after level 20, and combat rifles, both with 45 caliber semi-auto, .45 caliber automatic and .308 caliber semi-auto are all superior to the .556 assault rifle. I will still use the automatic assault rifle, but at the same time, I'm probably not going to be using it. Number 4, the semi-automatic .38 combat rifle. The semi-automatic .38 caliber combat rifle clocks in at a damage-to-weight ratio of 1.33. Like the vast majority of other weapons that use the .38 caliber round, it's no surprise that this gun is a piece of crap. The only good weapons that use the .38 caliber round are the automatic light pistol and rifle, and the use .38 caliber rounds, and even then, they still have lousy damage-to-weight ratios. While you're getting more damage out of the .38 caliber than a semi-automatic pipe rifle, it's really only an additional 6 damage per shot. While I'd argue that's better than the pipe rifle's 19 damage per shot, it's still not really enough, especially when you're going up against enemies with lots of damage. Number 3, submachine gun. The upgraded submachine gun clocks in at a damage-to-weight ratio of 1.03. The submachine gun has the worst damage-to-weight ratio of any small-armed weapon in Fallout 4, as its stock version has a damage-to-weight ratio of 0.8. This is kind of ironic, and could perhaps be a joke from the developers over Bethesda, considering that the unique spray-and-pray submachine gun comes standard with silencer, which would mean it's intended to be a stealth-type weapon. While I think there are guns out there that are definitely worse, the submachine gun does receive a ton of ammo to deal with what is, in my opinion, not a whole lot of damage. You would be better off with a fully automatic combat rifle, not in terms of damage per shot, but damage to weight ratio as well. Automatic combat rifles cost about 1.95, which isn't really great, but it's still better than a submachine gun, hands down, best used in combat. Number 2, Flamer/Napalm. Those of you that have watched my video on the worst heavy gun or weapon in Fallout 4 will know that the Flamer/Napalmer is a piece of crap. The damage-to-weight ratio of the Flamer/Napalmer clocks in at an astoundingly low 0.64. While it should be mentioned that most heavy weapons in general have horrible damage-to-weight ratios, of course, except for the stock Batman, which is like 15.34, which is ridiculous. The Flamer/Napalmer is one of the few heavy weapons that has a damage-to-weight ratio below 1. So not only does the Flamer/Napalmer suck at that, it sucks as a stealth weapon as well. I'm pretty sure if you got an instigating Flamer/Napalmer, it would probably go so hard that it's practically meaningless. The minigun. The minigun clocks in at an astoundingly low damage-to-weight ratio of 0.29. Sort of like the submachine gun is for small arms weapons,
Why bother?
the
That's just
minigun
garbage.
has the worst damage-to-weight ratio of any heavy weapon in Fallout 4. Without a doubt, the biggest problem with the minigun is its low damage per shot at like 8 to 10. In order to get the most out of the minigun, you ideally need one with the explosive damage effect. That way, not only can you boost the weapon's effectiveness with the heavy guns perk, but you can also use the demolition expert perk as well. Hopefully we'll get some alternative weapons that use 5mm ammo variants in future DLCs.
This still looks cleaner than me place back at the combat
this
zone.
particular video. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. And as always, take care and I'll see you all next time. This video was created by Violent Humor Game. Warning, vulgarity awaits. For our week, I mean monthly lecture. So automatic guns are pretty shit flavor. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic weapon. I mean, the automatic laser and plasma rifles can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass I can't get up. Oh. I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounding effect, or explode to death with the meat tenderizing properties of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh, yeah. For the most part, all I'm trying to say here, you really can't go wrong with automatic weapons in Fallout 4. And for the most part, automatic weapons are pretty, shit slayery. It's just one automatic weapon that leads to the secret of everyone's This gun is a lie, and while the testing, it's only worth some consequences. All that's left now is for Todd Howard to randomly comment just a prank. Therefore, I present to you the submachine gun, and by extension, the spray and pray submachine gun. There is so much misplaced hype around the spray and pray and its submachine gun brethren that any sane person might just lose it and go around saying, what a fofo of shit. But to be fair, to all the people that loving the spray and pray, I'll mention that about both the spray and pray and submachine gun. First, the submachine gun and spray and pray can have a 100-round quick eject magazine, which I'll even admit is pretty badass. Second, just like all of you guys got conned into thinking that the submachine gun was amazing, the settlers and vendors in the Commonwealth also think that this gun is amazing and will pay top dollar. Oh, fuck. Pull that shit out of the way. Let's go ahead and boil the submachine gun down to its essence. I hereby claim that the submachine gun / spray and pray is virtually a redundant and hellaciously worthless weapon in virtually every other way than previously mentioned. Did you know that a fully upgraded submachine gun deals the same amount of damage as a fully upgraded automatic pipe pistol or rifle, even when both weapons have the explosive effect? Furthermore, both the automatic pipe rifle and submachine gun have the same fire rate, meaning that both essentially have the same damage per second. And as a compare a fully upgraded automatic pipe rifle to a submachine gun, half the range at a value of 77 compared to the pipe rifle's 161 range. The submachine gun is also less accurate, as the value is 71 versus the automatic pipe rifle 76, and weighs an additional 11 pounds, clocking in at 17.3 pounds for the submachine gun versus the automatic pipe rifle's weight of 6.3 pounds. That's even leaving out the fact that 38 caliber ammo costs a third. Let me just repeat that. 38 caliber ammo costs a third of what 45 caliber ammo does. This video was created by violent warning. Vulgarity awaits. For our monthly lecture. So automatic guns are pretty shit slayers. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic weapon. I mean, the automatic laser and plasma rifles can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will need to press a special red button and say, quote, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh. I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounding effect, or explode to death with the meat tenderizing properties of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh, yeah. I think for the most part, all I'm trying to say here is that you really can't go wrong with automatic weapons in Fallout 4. And for the most part, automatic weapons are pretty, shit slayery. But there is just one automatic weapon that leads to the seepage of everyone's anal glands. This gun is a lie, and while I love Bethesda, they've got to be pulling some kind of prank here. I mean, seriously, all that's left now is for Todd Howard to randomly comment on this video saying, quote, It's just a prank, bro. Therefore, I present to you the submachine gun, and by extension, the spray and pray submachine gun. There is so much misplaced hype around the spray and pray and its submachine gun brethren that any sane person might just lose it and go around saying, "What a boatload of fire!" But to be fair to all the people that like submachine guns and have been properly conned by Bethesda into loving the spray and pray, I'll mention that there are at least just two, positive things about both the spray and pray and submachine gun. First, the submachine gun and spray and pray can have a 100-round quick eject magazine, which I'll even admit is pretty badass. Second, just like all you guys got conned into thinking that the submachine gun was amazing, the settlers and vendors in the Commonwealth also think that this gun is amazing and will pay top dollar for this pile of fuck. Pull that shit out of the way. Let's go ahead and boil the submachine gun down to its...
What's going on?
Warning, vulgarity awaits. For our week bug lecture, so automatic guns are pretty shit slayers. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own.
You might want to think about dropping some of that crap.
I mean, the automatic laser and plasma rifle can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders can press a special red button and say, quote, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." Oh. I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounded effect, or explode to death with the tenderizing property of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh yeah. I think for the most part, all I'm trying to say here is that you really can't go wrong with automatic weapons in Fallout 4. And for the most part, automatic weapons are pretty, shit slayers. But there is just one automatic weapon that leads to the seepage of everyone's anal gland. This gun is a lie. While I love Bethesda, they've got to be pulling some kind of prank. I mean, seriously, all that's
Raiders
left now
thought we
is
were
for
easy
5
pickings.
hours to
We showed
randomly
them different.
comment on this video saying, "Look, it's just a prank, bro. Just a prank." Therefore, I present to you the submachine gun, and by extension, the spray and pray submachine gun. There is so much misplaced hype around the spray and pray and its submachine gun brethren that any sane person might just lose it and go around saying, "What a boatload of fire!" But to be fair to all the people that like submachine guns and have been properly conned by Bethesda into loving the spray and pray, I'll mention that there are at least just two, positive things about both the spray and pray and submachine gun. First, the submachine gun and spray and pray can have a 100-round quick eject magazine, which I'll even admit is pretty badass. Second, just like all you guys got conned into thinking that the submachine gun was amazing, the settlers and vendors in the Commonwealth also think that this gun is amazing and will pay top dollar for this pile of fuck. Pull that shit out of the way. Let's go ahead and boil the submachine gun down to its essence. I hereby claim that the submachine gun / spray and pray is virtually a redundant and fallaciously worthless weapon in virtually every other way than previously mentioned. Did you know that a fully upgraded submachine gun deals the same amount of damage as a fully upgraded automatic pipe pistol or rifle, even when both weapons have the explosive effect? Furthermore, both the automatic pipe rifle and submachine gun have the same fire rate, meaning that both essentially have the same damage per second. And as an added bonus, if you compare a fully upgraded automatic pipe rifle to a submachine gun, the submachine gun has less than half the range at a value of 77 compared to the pipe rifle's 161 range. The submachine gun is also less accurate as the value is 71 versus the automatic pipe rifle 76, and weighs an additional 11 pounds, clocking in at 17.3 pounds or the submachine gun versus the automatic pipe rifle's weight of 6.3 pounds. That's even leaving out the fact that 38 caliber ammo costs a third. Let me just repeat that. 38 caliber ammo costs a third of what 45 caliber ammo costs. This video was created by Violent Kuma of Violent Kuma Gaming. Warning, vulgarity awaits. For our monthly lecture. So automatic guns are pretty shit slayery. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic weapon. The automatic laser and plasma rifles can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will use to press a special red button and say, quote, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounding effect, or explode to death with the meat tenderizing properties of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh. I think for the most part, all I'm trying to say is that you really can't go wrong with automatic weapons in Fallout 4. And for the most part, automatic weapons are pretty, shit slayers. But there is just one automatic weapon that leads to the seepage of everyone's anal glands. This gun is a lie, and while I love Bethesda, they've got to be pulling some kind of prank here. Seriously, all the clip now is for Todd Howard to randomly comment on this video saying, quote, "It's just a prank, bro. Just a prank. Therefore, I present to you the submachine gun, and by extension, the spray and pray submachine." There is so much misplaced hype around the spray and pray and its submachine gun brethren that any sane person might just lose it and go around saying, "What a so riot." But to be fair to all the people that like submachine guns and have been properly conned by Bethesda into loving the spray and pray, I'll mention that there are at least just two positive things about both the spray and pray. This video was created by Violent Kuma, Violent Kuma Gaming. Warning, vulgarity awaits. For our monthly lecture. So automatic guns are pretty shit slayers. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic weapon. The automatic laser and plasma rifles can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will use to press a special red button and say, quote, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounding effect, or explode to death with the meat tenderizing properties of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh. I think for the most part, all I'm trying to say here is that you really can't go wrong. This video was created by Violent Kuma. Warning, vulgarity awaits. For our monthly lecture. So automatic guns are pretty shit slayers. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic. The automatic laser and plasma rifles can vaporize whatever's in front of you.
We haven't.
For the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will need to press a special red button and say, quote, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounding effect, or explode to death with the meat tenderizing properties of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh yeah. I think for the most part, all I'm trying to say, Violent Kuma Gaming. Warning, vulgarity awaits. For our monthly lecture. So automatic guns are pretty shit slayers. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic. I mean, the automatic laser and plasma rifles can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup movement. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will use to press a special red button and say, quote, "This video was created by violent use of violent images. Warning, vulgarity awaits." The election. So automatic guns are pretty shit slayer. There's nothing better than going Rambo and gunning down whatever is in front of you with your very own automatic weapon. I mean, the automatic laser and plasma rifle can even vaporize whatever's in front of you, leaving a nice and easy pile for the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will use to press a special red button and say, "Whoa, I'm falling and I can't get up." Oh. I'm sorry. Or raiders will bleed to death with the wounding effect, or explode to death with the meat tenderizing properties of the explosive effect. Is the explosive effect gross? Yeah. Is it awesome? Oh yeah. I think for the most part, all I'm trying to say here is that you really can't go wrong with automatic weapons in Fallout 4. And for the most part, automatic weapons are pretty, shit slayery. But there is just one automatic weapon that leads to the seepage of everyone's anal gland. This gun is a lie. And while I love Bethesda, they've got to be pulling some kind of prank here. I mean, seriously. All that's left now is for Todd Howard to randomly comment on this video saying, quote, "It's just a prank, bro. Just a prank. Therefore, I present to you the submachine gun, and by extension, the spraying procedure. You really can't go wrong
Unless
with
the next
automatic
bloke we
weapons.
run into is armed with a
Leaving
can
a
opener,
nice and
I'd
easy
say we're
pile
good.
for the cleanup detail. With the right legendary effects, even dumbass raiders will use to press a special red button and say, quote, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." I'm sorry.
We'll be back on tomorrow. Okay.